Okay, for the first time ever, welcome to all our Sports Globe fans to Sports Plus Live with myself and of course Rudy. Rudy, I want to welcome all our sports fans to a new segment of the Sports Globe channel. We're trying to go live on a Monday. We'll be looking at the news of the week and the views of the week and the things that has been discussing during the course of the week. I just want to thank you, Rudy, for being here again with us as we try to bring our fans even more and try to engage with them even closer than we have been engaging with them over the past couple of months that we have started the channel. And we want to be able to, invite you to send us your texts, share your messages, share your comments, and let us know what you think. This is our first live show, so we're going to wing it. We're going to try and make it work. We're going to try and bring you the discussions that we have in our thoughts and mind, the discussion that we see happening out there as well in regards to what we're doing coming up, um, today. So, Rudy, what do you think? What do you feel about going live?
Yeah, most definitely, Richard. It's always a pleasure to
Yeah,
be with you. When we love sports, when you look at my name, you see
yeah,
the only in the end of it. Certainly, it means all Olympics. Competing
yeah,
at the Olympic Games certainly put a stamp on me loving the sport. Not only track and field, but every sport across the globe. As long as they call it sport, I'm watching it and I'm enjoying it, and I support it. So that's certainly what it
yeah,
is. Going live is just about talking sports with you, the viewers. You
yeah,
love sport, that's what you want here with us. So continue being with us. As they tell your
yes,
friend, tell your cousin, tell your uncle, every Monday, 9 p.m., Sports Globe is on. So come on out, be with us, send your
yeah,
questions,
man.
send your comment, tell us how you feel. And certainly it's live, so you can post your stuff live and then we'll respond right away.
Yes. As a matter of fact, Rudy, before we even jump into any other issues at all, I just want everybody to know that the name so even though the channel is Sports Globe, the name of the live is Sports Pulse Live
Yes,
Mondays.
yes, 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 yes. Sports
Right?
follow,
So
follow.
we're
Yeah,
Sports Pulse Monday Live. So
live.
check us
Yes,
out all the time and tell us how you feel about it. Would love to see some people just chiming in, some of our friends chiming in and telling us how they feel about even just the name. Because the name that we crafted and we like it, and we want you to like it too. But if you think that we need to tweak it a little bit, let us know that too. Because in the beginning of anything at all, there's always room for improvement, and we
certainly,
would
certainly,
love your
most definitely.
encouragement.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
So
oh yeah.
we certainly invite you to join us here. So some of the topics that we have to discuss, Rudy, today, as we're going to make it really nice this evening. We're going to be discussing, of course, the biggest event that happened on the weekend. Would be even bigger than even Tiger Woods crashing in car and all them kind of things. And Masala want to be transferred and all that kind of a thing. So the biggest event on the weekend this weekend is what? Is the Easter Girls and Boys Championships over there in Jamaica. And of course, we hear that it was fantastic. I want to be able to jump in and discuss some of that as well. As well, we're going to be looking at the Tiger Woods accident as well and tell you how we feel about that. We don't know. Tiger
But
seems to
Richard,
be
let me
getting
stop you,
himself up.
because Richard, I will tell you this right now, it's the biggest high school sports in the world.
In
It
the
is not
world.
just in Jamaica or the Caribbean; it's
Yeah,
in the world.
in the
So it's
world.
certainly
Yeah.
it's a big, and
As
it's
a,
so it's probably the biggest track and field event, junior event in the world.
yeah, as a matter of fact, I was
Yeah,
told that among the Olympics and the World Championships, champs is the third biggest,
it's the third
track
biggest.
and
Yep,
field meet in the world,
in the world.
including the
Yep,
Olympics and including the World Championships. Champ is the
yep,
third largest, of
yeah.
all time. Of course, the
Certainly.
Blue Jays doing fantastically well, and I'm going to
Um,
lean on my boy Rudy to bring me up to date with that. We here in Canada here, they're going on fantastic. Jamaica have game Tuesday, right? And it might be the final, thing to try and see if they can reach to the World Cup. But hey, listen, man, you must celebrate your team when I think. And of course, we're going to be looking at the transgender issue. Of course, Donald Trump, when he won, he did something in the American and banned the whole thing. So I guess the Olympic Committee decided that they want to jump on board with that. Or I don't know. Maybe people just lining up behind Donald Trump for whatever reason. But here a big one, Rudy, that I want to discuss this evening as well is um big money spending down in India for the IPL for the T20. T20 is just attracting major. I'm telling you this much, major American interest and investors, and major, we say it is major thing. We want to be also looking at the influential Salah and the more great guy Mo Salah leaving Liverpool. Sad day. Some time ago I understand that he wanted to end his career at Liverpool, but I guess Liverpool don't see that. And sad time in Africa as well with African football. Senegal, them give them the trophy, then them take back the trophy from them. Some kind of issue, but Senegal people not like it. None at all. Man, them don't love it. None at all. It's an issue.
A lot
Down
of
in
things are
Senegal.
going on down there, man.
Only one thing I go on down there.
Yeah,
You know?
man, as you can see, there's a whole lot of hawala that's happening down in Africa. So,
Big things are going down there. Big things are
yeah,
going
man,
down there.
yeah.
But I could jump off and start with boys and girls championship though, because there was some crazy thing going on at boys and girls championship. We're going to try to bring up some images of some of the people that we want to be able to talk about. And I want to tell you the first person I want to talk about, Rudy, is Sanaya Douglas. Crazy performance from Sanaya Douglas. She is something else, right? As I try to find her image here, going through all of the image. As I said, people is a new thing, I never do it before, so but here she is. Anyway, Sanaya Douglas, Holland High School, run 10.98. And of course, what 22:36, Rudy?
22,
Something else.
28.
22:28.
Yeah, 22,
It's something
28.
else. What you think about that?
Listen, I was shocked to see that type of running at this time of the year.
Hmm.
It's not new for Jamaican sprinters to run fast at this time, but to
Hmm.
see that type of timing, being number one in the world right now, and being the age of 17, running that fast, I am nervous. I
Yeah,
am certainly nervous. And real talk. I mean, I've been around the sport for many years, and I've been around track and field for my entire life. And seeing that type of performance um, make me hope that the future is bright in Jamaica, and we're seeing it. But we don't just want it today with these young athletes. We want it forever. We want it
yeah,
tomorrow. We want the next Olympics. We want the Olympics after that. So, so running that fast now, I hope there is more in the bag that we haven't seen yet. If not,
yeah,
truth to be told, I will give her a break, and let she just take a break and
yeah,
not, and then build her up properly, because that type of running is running at the age of 24, 25 years old, and she's doing it at the age of 17. What would she
yeah,
do at that age? We know the fastest time in the world is 49, 10:49.
yes.
Are we going to see anybody break that? Is that the next phenom coming up? Is she
well,
the next
put it.
phenom? Is she the
Well,
next
put the
one?
10. Well, put the 10:49 aside and just deal with the 10:54
So
Ilian run, because
and that's alone.
that's what we have to deal with
Yeah,
right now. You know.
and that's what to do with. And only that too is a Jamaica record.
Yeah, yeah,
And and certainly, if there is a pool right now, she will be running against Elaine, because we know Elaine is back.
of
So
course.
definitely, it's exciting to see, and I'm really want to see the future for this young lady grow.
I tell you though, Rudy. Hear the controversy with the whole thing with when I say star athlete like these. You know, in Jamaica, and if anybody who got the champs over the years, a high percentage of these star athletes, and I don't want to pour cold water on our
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
right now. But I just want to say this: in
yeah,
Jamaica, most of the star athletes never make it to the national team.
I
Never.
agree, bro. I
Even
agree.
if
I
they make
agree.
it to the national team, they never do well at the World Championships or they
Yeah,
never do well at the Olympics. Very few. Very,
yeah.
very few. The ones,
Listen,
as a matter of fact, I was looking at a video that somebody posted recently. And I figure it's because we're seeing what's happening. And Shelley and Fraser was one of those athletes who was never a superstar
no,
like this. She
never.
was never a Sanaya Douglas at the Boys and Girls Championships at all.
Yeah. Well,
She
just
was
going
getting,
back.
beaten by her peers.
Yeah, but
But
going back to not only her, you're talking about the top sprinters in Jamaica, the top
mhm,
three names, the well known names, Elaine and so they never was that right shining light in boys and girls
at
champs.
champs, no.
They
Even
never was.
Asafa
So
Powell.
that's
Asafa
our
Powell
power.
wasn't.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
even Kishian Thompson
yeah.
right now was never.
Hmm.
Oblique Civil must be of recent
Yeah.
times. He won at Boys
But
and Girls
but
Championships, yeah,
even
but he
even let's
wasn't
go back
looked
to
at. He wasn't
but
looked at like how Asanaya Douglas is performing. No,
it's
he wasn't
performing
looked
right
at
now.
like
But
that
even
at all. He wasn't doing phenomenal time out of
was
this world,
phenomenal.
you know?
Yeah, let's go back to
Yeah,
Bolt. What happened with Bolt? Bolt came in and then he did what he did, didn't perform well at the first Olympic Games, he disappeared. And when I say
yeah,
disappear, you know
yeah,
what I mean? He disappear and come back a different person. And that
yeah,
shows the same thing I'm saying here that we haven't seen those athletes grown. And that's the scary part I was talking about is that is Jamaica building a junior development program and just stay right there because they go to college, we don't hear about them again. You understand me? So yes,
yeah.
they billing for the junior level, but beyond the junior level, we don't see those athletes perform on the world stage. We don't see them on the diamond circuit, and those are the things we're talking about. So yes, and Puma, Nike, Adidas will come at this young age. They'll give them a sponsor. They'll give them something, and then
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah,
That's it. You understand what I mean? And then then they're on a program already. You don't want to send them to the US, but somebody that it's need to start thinking about their future
yes.
and say, listen, I need to take that scholarship, get me that education, and make something out of myself. Because if I stay home, I may not make a national team, and
It's
that
a
might just be my downfall, just staying there.
it's a big discussion. It's a big discussion that we have to have. Maybe one of these Monday nights, Rudy, in regards to you know, and especially Jamaican athletes, and because it's not Jamaica alone suffering from this kind of syndrome with junior athletes progressing into senior track and field.
Yeah.
America, the Great America, is suffering from the same thing too. Because right now there's a twin in America doing very well this season. I mean, I don't remember their last name, but is Mia and Maria or something or the other. I don't remember their name. That's not new to me right now, but they're doing very well. They run 11-1-1 and 11-1-7, recently. So right now it's like the junior world junior championships. They're putting up those twins up against, the Jamaican
But
Sanaya
yet
Douglas
again,
right here. So
we talk about the same thing. A lot of the junior
yeah,
athletes who perform so well, we really don't hear about them again. So
no,
yes, we signed the Clayton twins, and we see her coming up. We see what happened to
yeah,
Brianna, and then
hmm
now we see, so there's a lot. It's a handful of those athletes that we have seen growing up, and then perform to that level, and then we see
yeah.
them on the World Olympic stage or on the world stage because at that level, right now Jamaica have a pool of females. Making a Jamaica team is very, very, very hard right now.
And they have a
It's
pool
very
of
hard.
male. The
Yeah?
Jamaica, the
And
Jamaica, the
a pool of
Jamaica
male.
male, the
Yeah,
Jamaica under 20, the Jamaica under 20
it's the same thing.
100-meter record is
Yeah,
9.98 seconds. No,
yeah,
the boy who did that time at champs 2 years ago, right? He's training. I
yeah.
saw a clip with him saying that things progressing well. The training is harder than he thought, and he's just trying to go through the thing. But he had not run 9 seconds since leaving
Since then.
champs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
since
I
then.
know
Yeah,
it's a transition, but I'm just saying this
and
is what happened
that's the
when you
thing.
have
Yeah,
these
yeah.
superstar come out. I don't know if there's a treatment that they get after they leave in champs. I don't know if there's that they just run the hardest out in the younger years and then they go have to
I
just
mean,
pause
yeah.
and rebuild that back again. I'm not a coach,
Yeah.
but maybe these are some of the things that
Oh,
goes into
oh,
it. But
is it coaches ego? Some
or is this
coaches
coach's ego?
coaches want that name. So they're going
Yeah,
to run those athletes to the ground, and then they get the name, they get the glory, and those athletes go nowhere and end up anywhere. So that is
yeah.
something that we have to dive into. But I have something else, and certainly we're going to go into it. Like, how do the Caribbean, the rest of the Caribbean islands could be benefit? How can they benefit from some Jamaican athletes who
Yeah,
cannot make a national team but good enough to make an Olympic team, and they cannot make a team because they're in Jamaica.
yeah.
Where do they go? So it's another conversation saying that,
Hmm.
do just as Turkey buying athletes, is it time for us to see some Jamaican athletes transition within the Caribbean
Yeah.
by citizenship and then competing for the country where they can go to the Olympics, go to the World Championship, and still perform and get the career beyond where it is right now? Because if they stay there, they won't go
All right.
far.
So look at this other. Let's run through some others now,
Yeah,
Rudy, because this is what champs. So this guy that we have up here, this youngster that we have, Jason Peter from Kingston College, he ran 45 seconds at champs. This is a 15-year-old young man.
15 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
right. He ran 45 seconds at champs and 21-0
Listen, man.
at champs.
Let me use
You
one
ever say
person. Let me use
21-0?
one person. Let me use one person for you. Quincy, the American phenom, went to the
Yeah,
Olympics, had a bad heats. He didn't run in the finals, but had a bad heat. He do have an Olympic medal because he was part of the four by
yeah,
14. Um, and then he come back now, the World Championship. The next year he wasn't part of the four by 14, but I think he run and didn't make it out of the 400-meter heats. After the first round, he was out. So are they, and he's a 45, 44. He won 44 point
yeah. 15
at the
years
age
old.
of 18 and all this kind of age. But now you have
Yeah.
this young man running that fast at this age. I don't know, man.
Well,
I don't know.
hear what. We must commend them, and
But
congratulations
certainly,
to,
we
to
do have to
Jason
give them
Peter.
all the credit. We do have to give them
Yeah,
all the credit. Yeah, we do have to give them everything because,
yeah,
like we
man.
said, they are doing this. We sometimes we forget when we look at champs, even going back to Grenada, because as I said, that Intercall, which is Grenada high school track and field, is second to Jamaica in the Caribbean. When we go back to those two games, it's school sports, and sometimes we get so into it and we forget they are students and they are representing their school, and the school is being benefiting from them performing, right? The
Yeah.
winning team get money and those type of things. So it's school sports, and sometimes we get so caught up in it and we forget that these are
Rudy,
not professional athletes; they are
yeah,
high school
this is
kids.
another
Yeah,
this is another youngster, Rudy.
yeah,
Congratulations to all of them. And I want to tell you,
all of them, each
let's
and every one of them,
as a matter of
each
fact,
and every one of
let
them.
me say this. Congratulations to Edwin Allen for winning the
Yeah,
girls championships, and congratulations to Jamaica College for winning the boys championships.
it's been a
Getting
while.
the
It's
better of
been a
Kingston
while.
College and
It's been a
Calabar,
very long time. Yeah,
and
it's been a very long time.
and
Yeah.
of course, this youngster that we have here as well, Kai Kelly. Let me see if I can find him again. Another youngster. This is in class 2, 15 years old. You
Yeah.
know, running 10-2-8. As a 15 years old and looking quite comfortably. So this is what's happening at the boys and girls championships in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let a pause
Certainly.
again and just say, if you're hearing us and you're seeing us and think, join us. Let us know what you think. Sports Pulse is here. Sports Pulse Monday. Let us know. Leave your comment with us. Let us know what you think about our discussion. And if you have anything to add into it or any questions that you have for us, then you can certainly.
And
So
if you,
he
and
won.
if you didn't know, now you know.
Now you
Carve
know.
the game. Carve the games this weekend.
This
This
weekend
weekend,
coming up.
Grenada, the land of spice, where everything is nice. That's where it's going to be. It's a very
Yeah.
fast track. You will see these young athletes again on the track, and certainly something will happen in Grenada because I was told, and I've seen it. The track is very fast,
It's very
very
bad.
very
So
fast
so so
track.
even some of these times that we're seeing.
Ooh, some of this
So
time that you're seeing, it will be better times in Grenada come this
yeah,
Easter weekend. Tune in, support those athletes, and the athletes across the Caribbean support those athletes by tuning in into the character games. And those who can go to Grenada. You will love it. You will enjoy it. Grenada is a beautiful place, nice people, very welcoming, beautiful beaches, good food, and good vibes, and you'll have a
Yeah.
good time.
Oh, fantastic. So, I mean, some of these, whole lot of these students that we're talking about, Sanaya Douglas, Jason Pitter, Marquise Page, a lot of these Kai Kelly, Raquel Reed, they're all going to be performing,
And the character games.
the
Yeah,
character games this year. Of course, Marquise
this
Page here
weekend. Yeah,
from San Diego. He won the hurdles in a record time as well of I don't, record time of 12:9:8 as well. So there
and
we
that
go.
was one
A
of
high
the.
school boy running
Let me
high
say this
school
to
boy.
you.
Yeah,
I've
less than
seen
13 seconds.
less than 30 seconds, and I've seen. I'm watching a lot of this young athletes run really fast, but I was really impressed with the hurdles. I was really
Yeah,
impressed with the hurdles there, and the level of the way they hurdle. That was very impressive. So
yeah,
certainly big up to them, to those young athletes, and the things that they are doing for the school.
yeah, man. Raquel Reed won the class one boys 100 meters in 10:12. But he got injured for the 200 meters. I hope he's okay for the character games as
The
well.
character games, yeah.
Yeah, man. So there's
Yeah.
a lot that's of course another record that was done. Jaden Campbell in the 400 meters hurdles. Um he broke into the 50-second barrier. Running 50.89 seconds to win the 400 meters high hurdles for boys. So it did well there. But there's a lot of performances
Oh
over on
yeah,
the
oh yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
I show you some of the
Mm,
pictures here.
mm. But
It
Richard,
was
you
over.
cannot forget, and the people who are listening from Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean are going to forget that Jamaica just came out from a massive, deadly hurricane,
Yeah,
and to see that not even a hurricane can stop those athletes, that tells you a whole lot
I know.
about what's going on in Jamaica. So certainly, like we said, hurricane cannot stop them from performing. Not
Yeah,
even a hurricane can stop
as a
them.
matter of
Yeah,
fact, a lot of these athletes came from Western Jamaica too.
yeah,
Where
yeah. They
they
come
were
from
definitely
in the
affected.
definite. They was
Um,
affected big time,
yeah,
big time. Yeah.
School like Edwin Allen, they had a youngster. I think it was a class three young lady that they lost.
Yeah.
So they were at a point where they wasn't even going to come to champs based on what we heard.
What we
But
heard,
they
and
they,
then
they
to
made
see
it to
they
champs and
overcome
even yeah,
and come and winning it,
and
that
still
tells
come and
you
win it.
the drive these young athletes have, and the
Yeah,
and the ability for the principals and the staff and the coaching staff that to see to it, even in a hurricane, you find something to get the
yeah,
mind out of the situation. Because there are
yeah,
still
man.
people today. There are still people today who are still, and some of their family members, and some of them probably still
Yeah,
living with trampoline. They don't have no house. They don't have nothing, and they're still doing it. So certainly, kudos, man, and congratulations to those athletes. Each and every one of them are champions. Is that you don't have to win to be a champion, but once you make it
no,
into champs, you are a champion because you're in
already.
champs. That tells
Yeah,
you
man.
that you are a champion.
Because remember now, to make it to champs, they have these development meets and
They
these,
have to go through a process.
regional meets as
Yeah,
well that you have to
yeah.
be able to run qualifying time. That's how serious Jamaica is about their track and
Oh yeah,
field.
oh yeah. Very
So
serious.
you have to be able to
Very
run these
serious.
qualifying times to be able to get into
Yeah.
boys and girls championship. But let's move on to some other news, Rudy. I don't know if you're looking at the baseball game going on with Toronto and can give us a live update. But let me just look at the scores right now because it looks like Toronto getting a walloping in tonight. Really, so as we are on live, we can just try and see if I can find it, and if I find it, I'll just let our fans know. But it looks like it is a 9-1 situation. Toronto is at one, and I think there's at nine. But let us move on to the next topic, though. Tiger Woods DUI and getting arrested and charged over the weekend for flipping over him car again. near to his residence as well. He was taken into custody and arrested. And again, and I think it sounds to me that this is about the third time that he's getting into this kind of a situation. So I'm not so sure what's going on with Tiger Woods at all, but quite a bit of things going on with him. So, but what you think though, Rudy? What you think about big man Tiger Woods getting arrested for? But it wasn't for based on what they say about it though. It wasn't for drinking and driving. Right now today, based on the report, they say it's a medication, some form of a medication that he took, that caused him to have that level in his system. So, and this is the second time they're saying it's a medication situation. So, hey, I don't know what's going on with Tiger at all. For me
Well,
though,
no, listen.
for me, ever since I think Tiger get divorced or thing, I think Tiger just don't seem to be himself too much at all. I don't know if the thing is affecting him, his family is affecting him, what is affecting him. His game has gone down since all of that kind of a family situation and all of that. But I don't know. What go on with Tiger Woods?
Okay, let's listen. Tiger Woods is a human being, and sometimes
Yeah.
we forget that, and we see men as celebrities and forget that
Hmm.
they're not humans as well, and thinking that only celebrities shouldn't do the things that normal people do.
Yeah.
And people do it every day, and because he's a celebrity, we hear about it. Because he has money, we hear about it. The person who don't have money, we will never hear about this. you know. So certainly the news always try to find something and spin it so that they can get the best views. But definitely, whatever it is happening with Tiger Woods,
Yeah.
it's sad. It's very sad to see. He was stand up for us as a black man and to come in the
Mm-hmm.
sport because it is not a black sport. It is a white man's sport. So him
Mm-hmm.
coming into the sport and dominating it for years, dominating it, and even today, his name was still called. And in spite of everything Tiger Woods go to, remember when you understand Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is
Yeah.
like the Michael Jordan to basketball. Nike never get rid of Tiger Woods. Nike
Yes.
would never get rid of Tiger Woods because the money that Tiger Woods is bringing in for Nike, why would they get rid of him in spite of his situation, in spite of what he's going through? You see, so when you go through some things, he went through something with he and his
Mm-hmm.
wife or whatever it is. They go after him and saying about his sleep with so many different women. Men sleep with a lot of women. Women
Yeah.
sleep with a lot of men.
It's
It
not the
happens.
first time.
It's not the first time. It's not because it's Tiger Woods. They're thinking that he was the,
Yeah.
the poster boy
But
for
but
for
here
for
but
you
here
know.
the thing but here the thing, Rudy. Here the thing. If you know you're taking certain medication, you know what
Don't
the
drive.
reaction of these medication is. Don't
Don't
drive.
drive.
So I'm trying
Simple.
to understand. I'm trying to
And
understand
and
then.
and then come back to
Why would
something
you?
again.
Why would you? And this is the second time that we know
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
heard of
Yeah.
that he's been found that is a medical thing that he's been diagnosed with in terms of what they found in his system, right? Is something medical. Not like he was drinking alcohol or something. It was really some medicine that they found in his system. That's what it says. I don't know if that is the political thing because of Mr. Tiger Woods or what. I don't know. But twice now they're saying the same thing, right? So, but my thing is, if I know that I'm taking a painkiller and on the painkiller bottle it says this is going to make you drowsy, there's no way,
I'm driving.
right? You operate a machine, you drive a
Yeah.
car, you're not even supposed to go for a walk.
Yeah.
Right? No way at all. Because the thing is going to make you drowsy. Now, how is it that you can? Because based on how the report says that he was driving at a, and this is not on a highway or in a major road, this is a road in a community road that he was driving on because he hit another man truck, right? Collided in somebody else's vehicle. So he must know, and he was going fast because the man was trying to evade him. The man was trying to come out of the way because him still the thing coming with a certain speed, right? And I'm trying to come out of the way. But so well,
And
here,
those are the
here,
things
here,
we spoke
here,
about now.
here
Listen, Richard, there's anything we talk about. And we
Yeah.
always talk about then people with money. Money doesn't make you smart. Money don't give you wisdom. You know,
but
so I mean,
we thought that.
well, many people think so too. Money make you smart. Money make you no. And I say that to say that because in certain times you need to
Yeah.
have a driver. You need to
Yeah.
have a driver. And the level of a lot of these celebrities,
Yeah.
athletes, choose to just still get behind a wheel when they're drinking than making somebody drive them or taking a taxi home. Now they say he wasn't drinking, but you take a medicine that he probably was sleepy, so his foot just step on the gas, so he probably was in
Yeah.
and out of it, so not even realize what it is. But certainly, of course, they're going to twist it around and make it into something else. But it was like if the report is right and it's medicine, it's a medicine that make him drowsy. Yes, he shouldn't be driving, but he
Shouldn't
wasn't
be driving.
drinking. So it's not a marriage thing. It's not what happened. Then it's not all those different things. He shouldn't be driving. We don't know when he take it. We don't know, and that's why I say that when we don't have a full story, we just make our own assessment on something, and then sometimes we are
Yeah.
saying the wrong thing. So certainly that wasn't right. It wasn't good. It doesn't look good for him. It certainly looked bad for him. But let us hear the real story, and then we'll just go from there.
Hey, listen. Baseball result tonight. Colorado 13. Toronto won. The man them a run home with the thing. Rudy. Them
But
getting
Richard,
quite a bit of
but
runs.
Richard,
They're getting a whole lot of runs.
no, and that is okay because one of the things too, you
Yeah.
got to understand with the baseball game, and we are and you got to understand they play over 160 something games, and
Yes.
that's a lot of games per season. So a lot of the star players don't always play. A lot of the pitchers don't always pitch. You got to rest people, right? But in the first three
Yeah,
games,
man.
Blue Jays did something they haven't done in about three decades, winning
Yeah.
winning three straight games. So it's been a long time since they do that. But Blue Jays is okay. We don't expect them to
So
win all the games. We expect them
so
to get
so
beat up sometimes and then go
so
back in
hold
the
on.
drawing board.
Let me ask you. The preseason was what? The preseason they had a couple of wins, they had a couple of losses. I understand, everybody trying to, figure out how they're going to play and all that. So that's pretty much nuts. And that's done and dusted now. Is the real thing getting started and they're
But
getting
it's the same
started
thing
now. But
now.
what's
But
your
it's the
take?
same
What's your
thing.
take now on the Blue Jays this season?
Well, I think the Blue Jays will go back to the World Series. I think what gets you back to the World Series is your fan base. Now, who you're playing
Yeah,
for? You're playing for your fan base. And right now, I believe that the Blue Jays have the biggest fan base in the Major
yeah.
League. I think because they have people from all walks of the world, especially being here in Toronto. So
The Blue Jays
suddenly,
making crazy money these
and they're
days.
making serious, serious money in merchandise, because all three games so far, the home games were sold out,
Yeah.
sold out,
Blue
sold
Jays,
out.
Blue
So
Jays. Hey, listen,
let's
Blue Jays.
go,
Let's support
Blue
Blue Jays this
Jays.
year. Blue Jays, let's
Let's
support Blue
go.
Jays this year. For sure, Blue Jays for
But
sure
then,
have to
so
bring it
so the
home.
so so the Blue Jays now is getting to the level as the Yankees, because once
Yeah.
you're in New York, you're a Yankee. Once you're in New York, you are a Yankee. You cannot find somebody from the Mets
Yeah.
going downtown, going downtown New York and
Yeah.
trying to wear a Met jersey. They're a taxi man. Will put you out of the taxi.
Yeah.
If you go
Yeah.
downtown, taxi
So
man
so we
will take
expect
you
Blue
out. That's
Jays.
how serious they are.
We expect a whole lot from the Blue Jays this
I,
season
I
for
believe
sure.
I think we're going to expect a whole
Yeah.
lot from them. Like we said, we have to understand the game, that they have to rotate their pitchers. They have to know when to play who to play who, and when to do this type of things.
Yeah.
And they're testing players out, they're testing people out. So expect them to lose a whole lot of games. Don't think just one. They're going to lose a whole lot of games. At least they're going to at least lose maybe 50 games, or even a
That's
little bit
fine.
more. And that is a normal. That's normal. Certainly is normal, because you have to rest players as well, and some of your star players sometimes is resting. And remember, you have to hit against some very good pitchers, right? So
Yeah.
there are some teams that have some phenomenal pitching, and those type of things. So listen, man, it is not anything. It's not the end of the road. The Blue Jays will be fine. They'll be super fine. They're going to win another pennant, and then they're going to win the whole thing. I believe they're going to win the whole thing this season. I because they're playing for something different. They're playing for the fans. And it's also this year is the 50th year of the Blue Jays, so that is
of
a
the Blue Jays.
significant number at the same time. So it's certainly an anniversary year as well. So I think they'll be fine. I think you'll be fine. So if you're not a
Hey,
fan, please pick up a Blue Jays hat,
yeah, man.
cap,
Get a
t-shirt,
cap, something.
support them, support the Blue
Support the
Jays
Blue Jays.
because they are
Blue
the
Jays
team.
are
They are the
big,
team to look out for. Like
big
we're not even
franchise.
worrying about the LA. We're not even talking about LA. These are the team. We're
Yeah,
not even talking about the winning team. We are
yeah.
talking about this other team because how what they
Hey,
put together.
next
They put
next
a team
Monday,
together.
next
Yeah.
Monday, me I gonna have my Blue Jays cap on for sure.
Definitely, you have to have
Yeah.
it. I have mine on too. I put
Now I
mine
have now I gonna come without my Blue Jays cap for sure.
on.
Blue Jays this year. Toronto
Blue
this
Jays
year for
all the way,
sure.
all the way,
You know,
all the way.
all right,
Blue Jays
Rudy,
all the way.
make a jump into another major success, especially for the Caribbean.
Yeah.
This last week, which is the Jamaica Confederation. Win their first Confederation playoff for the World Cup. Of course, they're drawing closer to the 2026 World Cup qualification. Yo, me did expect Jamaica to be in there long time, but anyway, they beat New Caledonia last week, of course, by 1 goal to nil, and then they have DR Congo to go up against, and everybody talking all kind of thing. But you see me, I think say Jamaica need to set a certain thing right. Is either we're playing football, is either we have talent at home, is either we can do it on our own or something, but something that we need to do. And we need to stand behind it all the time. It's just like track and field. A lot of people never believe that we have great coaches in Jamaica until Stephen Francis and Glenn Mills say, hey, listen, we're going to do this on our own. We're going to ask a few athletes to stay home. As a matter of fact, what they did was they asked athletes that weren't superstars at champs that, hey, stay home with me and we're going to get you where you want to go. So said,
Yeah.
so done, and it was history. So it is the same thing I'm saying. Everybody, quarreling about this local coach, Rudolph Speed, him can't do the job, and if him can't do the job, and whatever, and whatever. But hey, listen, I am saying, even when we was going up against New Caledonia, a lot of Jamaicans, so-called people who think they know football, who think they know coaching, who they think. Me personally, I just want to support my team. And I just think that Jamaica, and I think that we have all of the requisite talent. I just think that we have the skills. It's just that we need to support our team. It's the biggest thing you can do for anyone in a sporting team in this world is support them. All in Manchester United now playing no good football. Last 2 seasons, them now playing nothing at all. Look at them now. Them fans never leave. Them stay with them because they must come back up. They support them, give them all of the support that they need. And it's the same thing. I really think that we can get the better DR Congo, and I think that Jamaica can get to the World Cup. Even though we take the hardest route for sure, because they are the easy route. But hey, listen, it never happened. But this is going to really test us to say exactly where we are. And even if we don't pass DR Congo, what it will do is to show us exactly where our football is, the things that we need to fix, the things that we need to correct, and we'll go forward from there. Rudy, I don't know what you think. I just think that is going to get past DR Congo for sure.
So Richard, first and foremost, be careful how you talk about my Manchester United, please. Be careful how you talk about my team. Yeah, leave us
Hey,
alone.
we
Leave
never
us
play.
alone,
We
all
never,
right?
we
And leave
never
us
play
alone.
good.
Yeah,
We
we
don't play
playing
good
good.
now. We don't
Yeah,
play
we
good
playing
now.
good. Everybody talk bad about us.
No,
Yeah, man, they
yeah.
talk bad about us. Leave us alone. Leave us
They're
alone.
not, they're not even low number 10 anymore. I mean, last season below number 10, two seasons
I
ago
know, I
below
know.
number 10. But now look at them. Look at them. It's one of the
Yeah,
hardest
yeah.
teams to beat again and beat. So,
Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely. But certainly I am ready to listen, I am ready to put the Jamaican flag on my car all summer long.
Yeah.
To certainly represent because they're not just representing Jamaica. When, not if, when they make the World Cup
Yeah.
team, when they make the World Cup team, they are representing the whole Caribbean.
Yeah.
Each and every one of us Caribbean will be one. And they are representing all of us, and we certainly, I believe that they can do it. The World Cup is a
Hmm.
different type of sport. And we say, yes, we could say Jamaica shouldn't be in this predicament they in now and this and that and rare. Nah, we don't have time for that. They are where they at now.
Yeah.
They could beat Congo. They will beat Congo, and when that happen, they will be in the World Cup, and that's what I'm looking forward to. And I think it's certainly is possible. They are proving themselves. One more game
Mhm.
to go, and they can do it. I'm really looking forward. I almost buy one jacket in the store, a Jamaican football jacket, and I don't know why I hold
Yeah,
back. I should have buy it
I'm gonna
already.
get my jersey just to see him,
Yeah,
Rudy.
yes, we
I'm
have
gonna get my
to.
jersey just to see him, because I have to support
Yeah,
the
we have
team
to. We
straight.
have to
Yeah,
support
man, I have to support
Jamaica.
the team, man. So,
We certainly
tomorrow
have
they're
to
going
support
up.
Jamaica.
Tomorrow,
Yeah,
Tuesday they're going up against DR Congo,
yeah,
and we expect.
certainly.
So,
Yeah.
just to give us some more baseball results as we continue. So it is now 13-2. So we know that you know Toronto is at the base. So they're putting in the
I'm not
work right
watching
now.
it
So it's
live,
just
but I don't know what inning they're in.
yeah,
That
I
says
kind
a
of,
lot.
I'm not even so sure what it is, but I kind of see some score
Yeah,
popping up here.
yeah,
So
yeah.
all the best to the Reggae Boys, all the best to Rudolph Speed and the team, and the Baileys and all of them of the world. Get us to the World Cup, guys, because I know Adidas did. You see the jersey, them, Rudy.
Yeah, but Jersey nice.
You like them, don't it?
Jersey
I mean, a
nice.
lot of
I'm just
people
being honest.
complaining. A lot of people are complaining that it's not reflecting Jamaica in the sense of Jamaica colors only.
Listen,
Everybody,
people,
it,
people
it's a
complain. Them
particular
complain too
design.
much. That
Complain too
was
much.
Listen. Them that design was for that specific reason. Them complain too much.
Too
Yeah,
much
leave the things
complain.
alone. Too much complaint. Sometimes we have to allow some
Yeah,
things to go. We're not playing for jersey. We're not playing with the
yeah,
jersey. Listen, the jersey don't make the player.
yeah.
A jersey don't make Jamaica team.
But
You know what I'm
but
saying? The
here's the
jersey not.
thing.
Yeah,
Here's the thing, Rudy. Jamaica is a trendsetter when it comes on to a whole heap of things. And I'm
but
not
that's
even
what I'm
saying it's
saying.
Jamaica. Caribbean people is just a trendsetter when it comes on to a
It's
whole
a
lot of things. And
transcend.
especially when it
Yes,
comes on
yes,
to
yeah,
fashion, it's
yeah.
a whole trendsetter. So Adidas see some things in the whole thing. Adidas want to sell the jersey to, because Jamaica colors are something that is different from
It is
everybody else.
different. It is different from
Everybody else
everybody
have
else.
blue and red
Yeah,
and
it's
that kind of
different
thing.
from
Jamaica
everybody
the
else.
only
Yeah,
country with yellow
yeah,
and green and black. Only country with those colors. So it's
yeah.
always phenomenal. So but
Certainly,
there's
certainly.
a big discussion for us to have during a Rudy, because here what you remember the whole conversation going back to athletics a little bit, the whole conversation in Jamaica, um getting the sponsorship from Adidas,
Yes,
this huge
Adidas.
amount of money sponsorship from Adidas. Now
Yes,
you
yes,
see the
yes, yes,
things that
yes.
Adidas is doing now. So you know
Mm-hmm.
that Adidas is putting in a lot of investment, and Jamaica is a big part of what they're doing.
And what are they
You
doing?
understand?
Yep,
So
yep,
yeah,
yep.
so just look at what is happening. But we can talk about that another time. Another big news item
Definitely.
though, Rudy. This one can get, sorry, a little bit political too, because this has to do with female, this has to do with politics, it has to do with the whole thing of the Olympics, it has to do with Donald Trump, it has to do with so much had gone into this thing. But I can tell you my own opinion on this thing though, and this is my personal opinion on it. I don't think that male and female are male supposed to be competing with female, or female supposed to be competing with male. I really think that the human anatomy is set up different. It doesn't matter what anybody wants to tell me. I just think that male bodies are constructed in a way to make them stronger physically than women. I mean, any woman can be trained to become strong, but a man is literally born, with that kind of a gender genes inside of him to make him stronger than a woman naturally. Right? I'm not talking about training or nothing, because I know some ladies might want to say, boy, anybody, woman can do anything a man do and whatever. I don't care about that. I think that male have a role, and I think female have a role. And I think that female must compete with female, and male must compete with male. It's unfair to me if a man just dress up like a woman and is going to compete against women who are women. If you, it, it just so it is ridiculous. if it's one thing that I personally support Donald Trump on, is this particular one. Women must compete with women. Men must compete with men. So, the Olympic take a whole long time to get them act together and decide on it. So, and then finally decide on it and did so. So, no more that, an athlete with a certain amount of testosterone level is going to come in and say, I am a female and your testosterone level is so high. And you're going to be placing to compete with the other female athletes. So, they changed that rule. I don't know why they've even did start it in the first place because it doesn't make sense, right? But hey, but I don't know. What you think? That's my personal view on it.
No, I certainly agree. I agree with you on that one, 100%. Um, when once you're born a male, you're a male. Once you're born a female, you're a female. Your birth certificate never change. You go and change your name, change your sex, do whatever you want to do. Your birth certificate never and should and shall never change. That's who you are at birth.
Hmm.
You identify at birth as a male or a female. Period. That's what it is. They didn't make a mistake in the hospital and say, well, they called you, say you are a male when you was a female. They don't make mistakes like that,
No.
right? Because there are things to show there is the difference. So certainly, and I agree with the Olympics. It does have to take a long time. But let's talk about. There are some females who can play basketball, NBA. It
Hmm.
is not the same thing that they are competing amongst, amongst each other. There are some females who
Yeah.
can have the skills to play with the male in the
Yeah.
NBA. But
Yeah.
it's not the same thing dealing with testosterone with them running or swimming,
Yeah.
right? We might see the same thing in football. Some female footballers could play with male footballers, right? And that's something that we might see in the future. But the reason why those things will never happen because there is a separation. There is boys and there is girls sport.
Yeah.
That's why those things will never happen. Now, if the sport was only one, then we understand that some females may want to go over and play in the male sport. Those like football. I remember seeing college football where there was a female was playing college football.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I
she was a
remember.
kicker. Yeah, she was a kicker, right? So we see that because there's no female football. I'm talking about American football, right? So there's only male. So when you see that transit over,
Yeah.
that's okay. But in terms of swimming and running track and field, no, it's a no. I 100% agree with it. I am not one to stick on. I agree with Donald Trump because I stay away from that. But I agree with and you say that right now, they think you're a fan. But and be careful, really, be careful. Yeah, be careful, man. But certainly,
Yeah.
he did stand for this. He did. I agree with this,
Yes.
Tom, because we have seen the same thing in schools, where now they want kids to play in some women's sports. They want all these things have to
Yeah.
be done, and they are destroying the future of the country and of the youths when they do
Hey,
that.
they're
And
destroying they're destroying the competitive next, destroying the
the competitiveness
competitiveness of the sport.
and
Because
but what are you
it's
teaching? But it's if you teach that in school, what are you teaching? Then your
yeah,
teaching is false. Teaching someone to be truth. And if you
yeah,
teach telling somebody that it's okay to be a female if you're a male, that's false teaching. It is not okay.
Rudy. I'm just
You know
I'm
what I
just
mean?
glad that
Yeah.
them
But
changed the thing. Hey, we can
I'm
move
happy
on
it
to the
changed. Suddenly, I'm happy it changed, but
yeah.
definitely that was something that needed to be done a long time. So
They shouldn't
kudos to
e- they
them.
shouldn't they shouldn't
Good
even
done.
start the
It
thing in
shouldn't
the
be
first
started in
place.
the first place. Shouldn't be started because listen, in our high school sports up here, we have the problems.
Yeah,
Right now in the
yeah,
schools, we have the same problem.
yeah.
Hoping that
If
once
you
we go through the process, that can be changed this year. But we had that problem for the past 2 years, where
yeah,
a
man,
young boy is running as a female.
it's an unfair
Yeah,
advantage. Anyway,
certainly.
listen, make we go to something that is even more interesting and something that you know. So the Walton family and it's deciding to put 1.63 billion. You hear what I'm saying, Rudy? 1.63 billion US dollars into one IPL team, one Indian Cricket Premier League team in buy that franchise for 1.63 billion. He was not the first to do so though. There's other American investors who are involved. I think about three different American investors that is involved in the IPL right now and they're paying top money, big money. So this one, of course, Walmart, every time you go there, you're contributing to that $1.63 billion when you go spending money at Walmart anyway. Hopefully them can send you a ticket at some point. It was a Walmart shop. So I don't forget the free ticket if you go watch the Rajasthan Royals in India in the Premier League cricket. But I know one thing for sure though, Rudy, is that cricket in India is a huge thing. It come like football in Brazil. It come like, you understand what I'm saying? It come like England, Premier League, that kind of a thing. That's so huge. And of course, India have huge population. And of course, the T20 cricket is it's super big across the world right now. So you'd understand why investors don't want to throw their money to it. And guess the important reason that was stated why they are even throwing even more money into it. Guess you wouldn't guess what was the real reason why a lot of
No,
them
you have to
throwing their
tell me.
money into it.
No, you have
Eh?
to tell me. No, me no know.
Gambling.
Betting.
Gambling. The betting is
Yeah,
so
the
big in,
betting.
in, in, in
Yeah,
T20 cricket in India.
yeah,
The
yeah.
betting,
But
the
listen,
whole betting thing is just so, the gambling is so massive in it. That when you see a Walton, a Walmart family member take up 1.6 billion dollar and put into, it's not like him buy the entire franchise. The man buy one they get team. Yeah? Them kind of money that the man put in other
but
thing.
when you look at, it's not even looking at even that part of it. How much people India have? That alone will tell you a whole lot about it.
Yeah,
And I will tell you that the importance of a few things. Billionaires seeing the importance of cricket,
yeah.
but it's time for them to channel this into places like the Caribbean.
Hmm.
And it's time for the Caribbean to see that there are billionaires who's willing to invest money. It is time to do something.
Is it that they're killing test cricket now, Rudy? Because when them kind of money they are going at
That
T20
that's
cricket, 'cause I'm
exactly
not interested in
that
test cricket, I'm
that's
interested
exactly
in
what they're doing.
T20 cricket.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Players who don't want to play for no India no more. Players don't want to
yeah.
play for. They don't want to play for India no more. They don't need to.
Yeah, man want to play for Chennai and Bangalore and, you know, Rajasthan Royal
They
and
don't
then
want to. They
I don't
don't
want to
play
play
for
for
the
them
club.
team no more.
They don't play for the
Yeah,
club. They don't
yeah.
want to. And what does that do for us in the Caribbean? Is that we are setting up to a point where our players know is going to be gone.
But that's
And
what's
then when they
happening.
go, they want to come back and when they go, do they want to come back and play for the West Indies?
Remember now, Rudy. You have West Indians players who is playing in the IPL that could be
Yeah,
playing for the West Indies and decided not
could be
to.
playing, not to play. Yeah,
You understand? So just imagine the significance of that kind of a shift. And with this kind of a money getting inside it, he's not going to be the first and he's not going to be the last. As I said, about
not going to be
three.
last.
Remember now, I'm not saying that it's European
But you have to
investors or
understand.
Indian investors. This is American investors,
This
Rudy.
Amer-
That's the
but
significance
Richie,
of it.
but Richie, look at that. Cricket is now an Olympic sport,
Yeah,
starting in the United States.
in the United
So you're
States.
saying that the United States now is looking to invest in cricket, where
Hmm.
some of these billionaires that is sitting down in companies we never hear about,
Yeah.
you understand, will now look to invest in it. You see, now they have to also look at that as an opportunity. You understand, I mean? And if you don't see that as an opportunity, cricket is
Yeah.
one of the biggest sport. Cricket is one of the biggest sport globally.
It's huge, man. Remember that
Globally,
India,
globally.
it play in it play in the continent, in the Indian continent. So
Yeah,
you understand the magnitude. The population is big already. And we're not talking just India. You're talking
yeah.
Sri Lanka, Pakistan. You're
Pakistan,
talking
yeah.
all them Indian
Bangladesh,
countries they play. Yeah, man.
Bangladesh, yeah.
So it's not just that. So this is really big news for Indian cricket,
It is.
and
It is. It
really
is.
great support um, that they're getting in regards to the kind of money and investment that's coming in, and I must applaud them. So all right, Rudy, two quick one before we go, right? Because we think we're almost up on an hour. I mean, we haven't seen any of our fans joining us, but we know it's new, and we know they're going to join us. Just want to remind them, just check us out every time on a Monday, where we're going to be discussing a couple of the headlines, the big headlines that is out there in the world that you have been talking about. We're going to be having guests from time to time as well to come and share with us and help us to break down the stories and that kind of thing. So just remember Sports Pulse on a Monday at 9 o'clock. We're going to be here with you to discuss anything that you want to say to us, or ask us to do any work on our work and come back next Monday, come tell you the answer to it or whatever. So, check us out, man, certainly on Sports Pulse Monday live. So we're live on a Monday, and we're really, we're trying it out, and it look good, Rudy, and it feel good, Rudy.
Certainly,
All
man.
right.
Me loving it. And
Yeah, man.
it just like I said, we don't expect it to happen overnight. The people will come on, the people will tune on, and
Yeah, man.
certainly we'll get it going. It's all right.
We
But
we we
it's a
we
good vibes
invite you.
tonight.
It's a
It's a
good
good
vibes
vibes
tonight.
tonight. Everything
Yeah,
is
man.
nice. Everything is on top. Everything is on
Another
point. Yeah.
another two before we go. Musala leaving Liverpool is a big blow to Liverpool, I think. I mean, you as a Man United man supposed to be
I
happy.
tell you, man. I tell you right there, doesn't bother me. You can leave. Yeah, I tell you, the man gone, you know. Not my team.
Yeah,
The bother.
yeah,
The bother me. You gotta go and go. But,
yeah,
but, but certainly, he is, he's an icon.
yeah.
And in spite of team or not, he is a phenom
Mm-hmm,
of a football player.
mm-hmm.
And it's a big blow for them. And it's a blow that if he's leaving, going to another team, or he's leaving the sport, it's a big blow for English football on a whole.
Yeah.
Certainly he is
Hear that he's
leaving.
going. Hear that he's going. He might be looking down the MLS. The
Yeah.
MLS guys, them shopping him
You see?
very hard. I
So
know
so
he doesn't
yeah.
want to play back over in the Emirates at all, but his eyes is
Yeah.
kind of
and
kind of
that's and
over the
that's
MLS.
and
They want to
listen,
pay
and
big
you have
money
to
for him.
understand that's what they're doing, because as you can see from the MLS now, you see you bring in one of the best players in the world in the
Yeah,
MLS, tells you that other players want to come in.
yeah,
And that's what happening when you bring in Messi. Other players, they could say he's on his last leg, or or whichever you want to say about Messi, but you have Messi on your team, you have a chance, you know.
Hey,
So
but Messi still looking
definitely,
good. Messi playing very
Messi,
well in
of
the
course,
MLS
man.
right now. Big star
Of
in the
course,
MLS right now.
give us
Leading his
another.
team to MLS
Richie,
finals and winning the MLS
Richie,
league
I'm
and that
telling
kind
you,
of thing. He's doing very
Richie,
well. The man almost is
Richie,
not retired. It
be
don't look like
careful
him
enough.
retired.
Richie, I'm telling you, be careful enough, because we're gonna win the next World Cup, and don't give us alone enough. It's my team. Leave us alone, on my team. And I give you my prediction already, I said to
Yeah,
you before, every
yeah,
time that whenever Nigeria miss the World Cup,
yeah.
Argentina
True.
win. And
Argentina
that's a
win.
true fact. Every time Argentina win the World Cup,
Yeah,
Nigeria
yeah,
miss their opportunity of making the World Cup. So this is
yeah.
another chance. So just give us a little break, let me win the
We're
thing, and
watching
then
it.
Messi could retire. And then Messi could retire and everything. But no, but certainly,
Yeah,
like
man.
again, for Liverpool, that is a big blow for not just the team, but for the fans, who look up to him, and certainly,
Yeah,
we know as people, as it's not going to make or break Liverpool. Liverpool have their fans. Fans not going
yeah,
to. There's a different. The culture in football in England is different than
yeah,
we foreign players. This is not a playing thing. Players come and go. Liverpool fans is always going to be
yeah,
Liverpool fans, and they will gain more fans year after year. But certainly, it is certainly a big blow for Liverpool, and it
yeah.
could be a problems. It could be problems in the camp.
I
Maybe
think there's
they
problem.
beat
I
you,
think there's
right?
problems already.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I thought
So
that I thought that
yeah,
this coach was going to come in and improve.
yep,
What he was handed, because he was handed a pretty good team, an unbeaten team, a team that won the Premier League.
yep, yep,
That kind
yep,
of thing. I
yep,
think he was
yep.
going to come and add to it, but it seemed
And
like
I
him come
agree.
and
Yep,
break the team totally apart. I don't care what nobody wants
yeah,
it. I
yep,
really
yep.
don't see him. I really don't see him surviving at Liverpool,
Yeah,
for much longer at all,
much
because
longer.
they're
Yeah,
really not doing well at all.
at
Anyway,
all, at all,
the
at all.
last
Yeah.
the last big thing on the thing is the African Cup and Senegal and African football and the whole thing, and the man them take with the Senegal man them trophy and them, but Senegal parade with the trophy even recently the other day when they some kind of thing, but the man them said they must bring it back, but them I guess they're still fighting because they are appealing, the thing to see if they can, keep the win. So they're appealing. But hey, listen, man, it looked like the dead cent and
But was
stripping
it a
them
legit?
of the thing at all, but it's bad.
Was it a legit win based on what went down?
Based on what went down, they said they violated something by walking off the pitch. But the whole thing is that the referee call is final on the pitch, don't it?
Yeah.
And if the referee never call it on that time, how are you now going to sit in the boardroom and call it and say, that's what it is? So
And that's what the things with football, right? So
yeah,
we see missed calls or we see bad calls, but you don't quit and quit on your team or quit on your country in that
yeah.
situation, right? You play in spite of what, you know what I mean? So it's a tough one. It's a really tough one, but it's hard. Like,
Yeah, man.
you're not in it, and if if you're in the country, say yes, they did the right thing. The country will support them. Um, but like this come back again. That's what I said. Dealing with Liverpool,
Mhm.
Africans in football is a
Eh,
big thing.
but I tell you this in a
It's
Rudy.
not a little
African,
thing.
yeah, man. African foot. I can tell you this, and it's pretty much. I'm seeing it happening pretty soon. African football is going to be one of the biggest footballing nation in this world.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
they're they're almost there already, because and then again, Rudy, you see, football gets so much exploitation as black people in football. There's so much exploitation that is happening. It might look like we're getting opportunity, but there's a whole lot of exploitation of black players. They use us when they want us and throw us
When
away
you don't
when they
need
don't
it.
need
Yeah,
us.
yeah,
So there's a
yeah.
lot of exploitation. But I think the continent of Africa is going to get it together in terms of, because that African league that just finished, right, was a huge thing. There was a huge amount of people around the world that was watching that football competition. It is rivaling a whole lot of European leagues around the world right now. So, I just watch it. It is going to get better and better because there's just so much
No,
talent that
it
is in
certainly will.
Africa.
There's a lot of, once and if they really, get rid of the politics part of it,
Hmm.
'cause there's a lot of that in the sport, and that really messing it up
Too much.
in a lot of sport, not only in Africa, here in Canada, in the Caribbean, in the United States, too much in the politics part of it. Not necessarily saying government, but I'm just saying just politics.
Yeah,
It get involved in it, and it spoil the sport, and it destroy the sport. It destroy young people, um,
yeah,
and suddenly we are seeing people make decision based on their family, based on the situation, because of how they were treated or how situation is. And certainly it shouldn't be this way. If a young man is good enough to represent his country, let him. As long
yeah.
as he may go through the process and qualify. But then, again, like I said, it's a culture to them. Football is a culture.
Hmm.
They don't have much sport as they have the sports, but it's not as big as football. Football is a
Yeah,
culture to them, and the countries support the countries. It doesn't, you're talking about the whole of Nigeria is supporting
big
Nigeria, the
man.
whole of Ghana, the whole of South Africa, the whole of Morocco and Senegal. Like, we're not talking about
Egypt, yeah,
some, we're not talking about some, we're talking about the whole country
country, the whole continent,
is
yeah.
supporting in
Hey,
them,
Rudy,
so
before
yeah.
before we run away, I see the score. They're down in the ninth right now. Baseball, Toronto is
Yeah,
14-5. They're down in the ninth right now. So
then the ninth inning,
the game,
then the ninth inning, I think they're in the bottom of the ninth inning, when I
yeah,
last checked. So, I mean, it's all right. Like I said, like we said before, is
yeah,
not
man.
expectation. It's not expectation for them to win every game. They win three in a row. It's in the bottom of the ninth right now, 14 to
Yeah.
5. No players need to go out there and hurt themselves. Take the loss. It's 3-1 on your record. No, don't stress yourself.
Yeah.
You like I said, you use your pitchers because
It's
you
a
have
long
so much of
season.
them,
It's a long
and it's a
season.
very long season. So
Yeah.
you play certain players among certain teams, and you bring in your weaker players to play because you want everybody to get the opportunity. And it's early. The season is early. I know the fans might be down. The fans might be feeling a certain way because they go there to watch
And
the
they're
game.
playing in Toronto, eh?
They played in Toronto, right? So
Yeah.
so the fans might be a certain way, but listen, the fans will be fine. They'll be fine.
They'll be
It's
okay,
okay.
man. Toronto will
They'll
be
be
fine.
okay.
Hey, Rudy,
Listen, watch
what
the
you what you
Nationals.
looking?
The Nationals play Philly, and it's 13-2. People, you get
Yeah,
blown out. It
that's how it
happens.
is.
It happens.
Baseball.
Yeah, baseball.
Yeah, baseball.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Rudy, what are you looking forward to for this week?
Well, certainly Jamaica tomorrow. Um,
Yeah,
taking us. I'm not saying us, because
yeah.
they're not playing for just for Jamaica. It's the whole Caribbean. Once
Caribbean.
you
Yeah, man.
represent the whole Caribbean, Jamaica making it to the World Cup, which is a big thing to see the Reggae Boys back in the
Yeah,
World Cup,
in the World
which is
Cup.
going to be certainly really big for the country and growing the sports to see the young youths to know that here we are, Reggae Boys, and the rest. And it's you know what it does for the Caribbean. It raised the level of football in the Caribbean.
Yeah,
And I think
especially the English
it,
speaking Caribbean islands,
yeah,
Rudy.
yeah, and I think it
Because
really
Haiti
does
and them.
already.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it does already. Like we see, Haiti is in the World Cup. You understand what I mean?
yeah,
But half of the players don't play in Haiti, and the team probably not even in Haiti
yeah.
due to
They're not.
everything that's happening in Haiti, right? So, but you're talking about reggae boys who is grounded and rooted, subtly. But there's a level that was grown in football in the Caribbean because of that. Um, so certainly, I'm happy to see that, and in the future we'll see more teams. We'll certainly be making it, especially when they come to CAF and
All right.
and those things. You're certainly seeing that.
So,
But I'm also looking forward to see what happened in the Spice Island this weekend, Carifta
okay.
weekend. It is going to be massive. It will be massive. This
You
weekend.
think Bahamas going to
Yeah.
challenge Jamaica better than how they challenged them
No,
last character
I
games
don't
because
think. Like I said
Bahamas
to
put up
you,
a big challenge last time, right?
yeah, as big as they want to put up a challenge, good for them. It's not going to happen this time. I will tell you this right now, based on the performance I see from these youths um, this weekend, and I still the fire is still in them. I'm seeing everybody else on the sprint side from the 400 down is running for third place. If there's two
Yeah,
Jamaicans in the finals, everybody else is running for third
running for
place.
third
That
place.
is running for third place, and I'm saying this,
Yeah,
no hold back. That's what this is about. No hold back.
yeah.
This is certainly, I think, what it is based on we see the performance, and they are running on a fast track. Like I said, the vibes will be nice. We just really hope the weather hold up and do something good for them. And if it does, Easter weekend, Grenada, look out.
All right. So this is my thing that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the character games. I kind of get used to Jamaica competing at the character games and know what the results is gonna be. But what will have
A
me on
different type
my
of
on
team.
the seat, what will have me on the edge of my seat is Jamaica up against DR Congo. And I can tell you this much: Jamaica is going to win that game also by 1 goal to nil over DR Congo. So let us know what you think about Jamaica getting the better of DR Congo um, in this playoff competition, and also as we discuss a couple of the other things, tell us what's your best champs moment. Let us know in the comment section what was your best champs moment. My best champs moment was seeing that youngster run that 45 seconds.
Yeah,
Um, Jason Peter
yeah,
running that 45 seconds. That was just something that I sat and I watched, and I think I replayed it maybe 100,000 times to
yeah.
see.
I
You
was
know,
impressed.
I was impressed.
I was
I
impressed
was
with
impressed.
Douglas in the 200.
Yeah.
I've seen the 100. I just really wanted to see what she could have done in the 200. Remember, I
Mhm.
said that to you before. She definitely could go 21 points with that type of speed. I just find it was a long weekend for them, long days, and that could also have put a toll on you
Yeah.
and running and so forth. But I certainly think she can run 21 points. Um, and 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 that was impressive. That was impressive.
Yeah.
That's why I'm excited to see what happened
Of course,
in Grenada
I'm
this
going.
weekend. Yeah.
I'm going to leave another controversial question and maybe another controversial comment for our fans out there. Do you all think that Tiger Woods is suffering some kind of depression or something, or is going through something? What you think? Let us know because this DUI consistently happening to him is showing that something else is happening mentally. With the superstar, tell us what you think. Um, is he going through some kind of depression or something? But is just not like himself at all. And of course, let us know also, can the Blue Jays pull it off again? We're going to be following that series, Rudy. We here, Torontonians, definitely
And Richard,
Toronto Blue
you know what it's
Jays
following
all
up.
the way.
Remind me, I gotta take it to a Blue Jays game.
Yeah, man, what forgot Blue Jays game? I'll take the
I
fans
have
to
to
a
go
Blue
to a
Jays
Blue
game
Jays
as
game.
well,
I'm gonna
and
take
make
the
you see
fans to
what's
that.
going on. Yeah,
Yes,
definitely,
yes,
definitely. So maybe
yes.
one of these Monday nights is the Blue Jays that we are. And of course, the of course to talk about Jamaica and the Confed playoff, we know that Jamaica, as I said, Jamaica is going to win that 1-0 again. And we're going to be at the World Cup this year. Transgender women, give us your take on what you think about transgender women competing against, regular women in the sport, whatever sport it is, and the investment in the IPL. Is
Big
that going to
money,
is that going
big
to
money
turn
in India.
is that going to just turn all of the cricketers away from the rest of the different forms of
The rest
cricket,
are
test
different
cricket,
from cricket. Yeah,
limited over cricket? Is it going to turn the players away? What do
playing
you
for
all think?
playing for playing
Yeah,
for teams or playing for country.
playing for teams or playing for country. Is Mosala going to be playing for an IPL team pretty soon? Do you want to see him playing in the IPL? What do you all think? Should Mosala go to the IPL or should he go to the Emirates? What do you all think? I support him going to the MLS to play because that's closer to home for us,
Yes, it
and
is. And he could come. And
and it might
he
give
could
us an
even he
opportunity
could,
to go
and
see him too.
he could
Right?
even come and join. He could even come and join the Toronto team. That's the
Can
thing
you come
too.
and join the Toronto team? Yeah, Mosala, come to Toronto, man. Don't worry
Come
about
to
it, man.
Toronto. Come to
Yeah,
Toronto.
I'll come cool off the heat. I'll come cool off the heat from
Yeah,
Liverpool,
man. From Liverpool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And what do you all think about Senegal being stripped of the Afghan trophy? Let us know in the comment sections and leave your comments with us. Hey guys, listen, I want to thank you very much. Rudy, I appreciate you even being here, with us and taking the time out for us to just sit down and have a chat. It's going to get even more controversial as we go along and as we, try to navigate this kind of a new format of our show. Um, so we call it Sports Pulse Mondays Live. So continue to join us on a Monday evening at 9 o'clock, guys. And share to their friends and your family. Let them know that we are on, and we expecting to hear from you and for you to be a part of our, discussion and our, talk in regards to sports and what are the sporting news around the world. So just remember to join us on Mondays. Myself and Rudy, we're always going to be here as best as possible, all the time, and just try to have our conversation in regards to what sports is it and what's going on in the world of sports each and every Monday at 9 o'clock. Rudy,
Yes. Thank you for joining us. Looking forward to make this something great. We appreciate your fans. We certainly want to say that first and foremost. Sports Plus on a Monday, right here. Tune in every Monday. See you soon.
yeah, man, one love.